me show you how satisfying that is. That's the first time I've ever full on accurately got all 3 holes drilled in something and it's going to work. So that I am very, very happy with. Can y'all hear that? I don't know if y'all can hear that because I have my microphone on, but it's raining. So it might be hearing some stuff in the background, and that's what it is if you're hearing it. But that's okay. It cools it down here for a little while so we can work on the V10. So if you guys didn't see the last video, I finished up my Jeep CJ7. It's ready. It's already posted online for sale. You can try to go check that out. But our plan today is to try to get some mounts made so we can bolt them on here and move this engine about 2 inches back. And we think that's going to help us out a whole bunch in the front, and allow us to work on a radiator solution and some things to that extent, and then move some of this weight back. It'd be even better to move it much further back. But at the moment, I think that's what we're going to do, is just kind of go for somewhere in the middle, get it moved back, allow us to put a radiator up here that's not going to be too close to the water pump pulley, and then we can start figuring out things from there. So how am I going to do that? Well, luckily, I actually have a brand new set of motor mounts. These things are cheap, and we have bought these for our LS twin turbo project, but they're sitting here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this plate of scrap metal and then I'm going to work on getting it located, and then I'm going to measure 2 inches over, put a line there, and then we're going to measure there. So basically we're going to be able to mount the motor mount to the front of this and then mount the back of it to the engine. And that may make sense when we're all done. It's going to take a couple evenings of doing this. I don't know if this video is going to be out on Saturday. If it's not, I apologize, but I want to make sure I do this right. And another thing is, well, I bought some cool tools to help us get this done. So I actually bought Harbor Freight Hercules bandsaw, and it's in good shape. Of course it's in good shape. It's brand new. It's cool is what I'm saying. And this one, I bought the not only is this kind of like a chop saw handle, it also has a plate to do like a manual bandsaw. So I'll be able to trim these things up when we're done. Additionally, I bought these guys here, and these are punches. And not only are they punches, they're I forgot what they're called. As sad as that is, I had to look it up, but these are transfer punches. And what's cool about them is they can fit in a certain diameter hole and align your center line of your hole very easily. So there's a whole bunch of them, and we're going to use it to identify where these need to go. We are going to have to lift this up a little bit because it does protrude about that much out of the bottom. So I got to figure all that out. After we punch them, we're going to come over here to my new drill press. We're going to use this for the first time and get it all, like, it's unplugged right now, but get it all drilled out so we can have some pretty accurate holes to line up all this stuff on. So let me get started, figure out how I'm going to have to pick this up off the plate before I transfer punch it, and I want to make sure that it doesn't move when we do that. So I've got to figure something out to get a little bit of distance out of this. So let me figure that out real quick. All right, I figured it out. I have this old scrap piece of aluminum that is probably a little over a 1/4 inch thick. I'm gonna say maybe 3/8 thick. I'm going to put it down here at the bottom. We have a flat surface back here. And then I'm going to kind of get this where I want it. This plate has a flat surface right here, so that's what I'm using as a guide. I'll take my clamp and I'm going to start getting it tight to where I like it. Move it over some. Move the clamp over some. Get it to where I like it. I'm trying to not waste a lot of material so I don't have to do a lot of cutting. And I'm going to try to tighten this guy down as much as possible. There we go. Now we're on to something. Now I can center punch these holes and the plate won't move. That's the idea. Now I'll get my transfer punch put in place. Oh, that looks awesome. So that's still in the center. That's there. This one's going to be a little trickier because we've got the clamp in the way. See what I mean? I wonder if I can. Well, how can I do this? A little crooked. Rather it not be. That's better. I marked them before I get out of hand. I'm going to try to drill these first. We're going to take it over to the drill press. Okay. Well, let me show you guys this thing. It's pretty cool. It's got an adjustable speed. I've got it set to 1100 RPMs because I'm going off of their chart here. It's not, this is about an 1/8 inch thick. And there's no 1/8 inch, but there's a 1/4 inch, and it says to about 1,000 to 1,400. So we might be able to go a little bit faster. We'll see. But it's cool. It's got a crosshair laser, and it's got a light. So pretty neat kind of setup here. I'm gonna get it all lined up, clamped down, and see how it cuts. All right, took a lot of time getting it lined up there. Throw a little air tool oil on it. All right, let's see what happens. Well, that was cool. I should probably go get some eye protectant. Well, so far so good, I think. Got one more to do. Yeah, that should be good. Let's see how that transpired. Let me show you how satisfying that is. That's the first time I've ever full on accurately got all 3 holes drilled in something and it's going to work. So that I am very, very happy with. It's moving on me a little bit, but y'all get the point. It's spot on. Sweet. So now let's finish this up with the rest of the modifications. I am not sure if you guys can see this on camera, But I scribed the line from the middle of this one to the middle of this one and then passed. Now, what I need to do is find my tape measure. And I'm sure there's like, if I had a square, it would probably be a little bit more accurate. What I want to do is mark 2 inches from center line of this bolt hole here. Where's my marker? And I'm going to try to I'm having some problems. Need something a little thinner. Soapstone. My buddy Tommy has given me some of that stuff, but I don't know where I put it. And there's already a scribe there. All right. Now we get to repeat that first process again. We go get the stuff. Here we go again. Get our transfer punch out. All right, I think I'm good. Let me go repeat the process and cut all this out. We'll see where we're at. Well, didn't quite get away with all 6 holes. I had to use a carbide burr to fill that hole out a little bit, but now that I adjusted it, we're all good. So, I've kind of mocked it up. This is the mount side. This is the block side. We are going to be good. I do have to get hardware, but now I'm going to probably trim this guy up in the bandsaw over here, and then I'm going to make the second one. We're going to go from there. Well, they're not the prettiest in the world, and I know that. I'm learning fabrication, but here we go. 2 plates. Don't worry about these extra holes. They're just for air conditioning, but these are gonna work. I didn't cut them that straight, and the holes are very. I mean, they are exactly like 3/8, because they have motor mount bolts right here. They are exactly 3/8, so they have no room to move. So I'm probably going to drill them out one more size at least, which will just give a little bit of flexibility. It's not going to hurt anything. So I'm done for now. I've got to buy some hardware because we're going to have to countersink a couple of these guys. And I'm planning on mounting the mounts like this with some countersunk bolts that are welded in place. So they'll have studs on this side. And then I'm going to have to countersink this bolt to mount it to the frame. So got a couple things to do. I have a welder now, so I can do that. But it looks good. It looks good. Had to elongate that one. I had to elongate that one, but you're going to get warts and all when I figure this stuff out. So that's really cool that these are done. Again, this is going to be a budget project. So I know some people are like, some awesome comments, by the way. Thank you guys so much for commenting on this and giving us your suggestions. I think one that I can think of was to run the 8-speed Dodge transmission, and that would be so cool. However, we would have to buy an 8-speed Dodge transmission and a controller and figure all that stuff out. So could that happen in the future? Yes, but when we're putting it together for now, we're going to run the 47 RE, which I know isn't the greatest transmission, but it should be okay for this and what we're doing. And remember, we're not moving near as much weight as this thing and that thing are usually used to moving. So it should do pretty well. But yeah, we're doing it, budget. We've got $1,000 in a drivetrain. These are leftover pieces of metal. I did have to buy some new tools, but that was inevitable for no matter what I build. And I buy little tools as I go, If I can tell you guys to do anything is don't finance car stuff. Have fun with it. Spend your extra money, save up and do what you got to do, but don't finance that stuff. Do it at your own pace. And that's what we're doing here. And yeah, it's going well. It's going well. Got to find some hardware for it, which I might go out tonight. Home Depot, see what I can find. And then get a little bit of welding done and then try to get this stuff in place. So we'll see how much we get done. I have a feeling we're not going to be able to finish test fitting all this until the weekend. And I have something else that came in the mail from Greg that to test fit as well. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So, all right, I'll see y'all tomorrow evening and we'll get back after it and start getting the rest of this stuff done. At lunch today, I rolled up to the Ace Hardware and I bought about $20 in hardware, nuts and bolts, and a couple sanding discs for the grinder because mine are shot. And the reason I had to go buy some hardware is because I need some bolts that have this conical kind of seat to them, almost like a lug nut. Because I need these to be pretty low profile. Because my goal is to try to get these to go underneath one of the motor mounts. So that's kind of the goal. The thing is, this is 1/8" steel. And the pit divot that these have to fall in is probably bigger than an 1/8". So I'm going to have to figure that out. But I do have these, I don't know, I guess I'll call them an auger, but these are for countersinking metal for these kind of bolts. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to use this big guy here. And so I've got a little bit more drilling to do. I'm going to go open all of these up one more size up. Give us a little bit of room to kind of play around with. I'll probably leave that one alone. But I'm going to go open all these up, and then we're going to get to countersinking. And then we'll see if I have room or time this evening to pull this guy back out, try to throw it back in, and see if we've got some more clearance. So let me get all set up, and we'll get to cutting. All right, got a little oil on here. This is the air tool oil. Don't really think it matters too much, just a little lubrication. That's the wrong one. So what I'm planning on doing is this side on the right, this is the driver's side mount. These 3 bolts are gonna bolt to the block. These 2 are exposed, this one is not. It's gonna be underneath the motor mount. So I need to try to countersink this guy to see if that's going to give me enough room to use one of those bolts. So I'm gonna see how all this works. It's working. Might need to turn this one down. 700 or so. That's better. Stop for a second there. You know, that's close. Pretty close. It's definitely enlarging the holes. It's something to think about. It's going to be part of the territory. That's going to be about it right there. It's hanging out about maybe just a little bit more. We'll see. Why not? Go just a little more with it. Let's see. There we go. I think that's the best we're gonna do. Let me look at it. Wow. It's not bad. It could be better, but I don't have thick enough metal for it. So now I gotta do it a couple more times on the other side because I plan to weld these guys in. So where the motor mount bolts here, here, and here, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and that's going to hopefully let me put those in there and weld them in. So let me have fun with that. We are making progress. We are making steam. So this is the passenger side mount, so it's going to move the mounting bolts back 2 inches. I do have to trim the mount. It's a little piece of metal right there that I'm going to have to trim back so we can get to that hole. That should not be a problem. I should be able to take care of that. Other than that, this is the hole that's going to be covered up, but it looks like I got plenty of room the way it's kind of like moved around there. So I'll be able to mount this plate to the block. I'm about to weld these bolts in place. Once I do that, would be able to use these as studs. And then the same thing on the other side. Let me see the mounts. Here we go. So this is upside down. So we will be, this one's a little different. Oh no. Wait a second. No, it's fine. Yeah, this one, I've got it countersunk in 2 different places, but it's too close to the edge for this one. So I may have to use a regular bolt for that one, which I think I should have room to do so. So I've got to bolt this down, and I've got to trim this side on this one. And then once I get done with trimming, I think we'll be able to, and trimming and welding, we'll be able to try to mock these things up. So let me get to all that fun stuff. And then we'll see what time it is. If we got time, we'll pull that thing out, mock it up, see if we get it back in, and then it'll come out and go back in and come out and go back in until we trim the core support and cross member, and test fit the oil pan, and then test fit the trim. We got a lot of test fitting to do. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, let me get after it. We are so close. I've got these guys ready to weld. I've got this side trimmed up. You can see the whole bolt now. This side is trimmed up. You can definitely see the whole bolt there. And I've got the back sides all cleaned up. The bolt's all clean and ready to be welded. Now you can see why I did not countersink this one is because it's way too close to the edge over here. So I'm going to try to use a regular bolt. I think I got plenty of room, and if not, I can always grind that dude down to where I need them. So I'm going to ship up a welding table since I don't have one at the moment. And then, yeah, we'll get these things welded up. I've got it wire speed at like 200 and voltage at 17.5 because I'm not going all the way through this stuff. But I'm still a novice welder, so I've got a lot to learn. Yeah, this one. That's not going nowhere. She's done, boys and girls. Guys, we're done. We're done with the motor mounts, and they came out better than even I expected them to. Now, they're not the most professional square cutout ever, but as you can see, got everything all welded up. That welded up really nice after I cleaned the metal up really well. That is definitely key that I'm learning. And what's cool is I'm going to have to bolt the plates to the block first. And there's one bolt that's going to be underneath the motor mount. And because it's going to be a countersunk bolt, like I showed you guys earlier, I'll be able to get it underneath there because it's actually raised up in the middle of the motor mount. And that's on both sides. So that is really, really cool that worked out that way. Got everything all bolted up. They are studs now. And you can see I did clearance there and it's going to work. We clearance there and it's going to work. Just a little bit of an angle grinder will take care of that. And then the front bolt here, I think I was telling you guys I did not chamfer it for a countersink bolt because it's too close to the edge. So I used a regular 3/8 by 16 bolts. That's what these guys are. And it worked fine. That's actually also what goes in the block is a 3/8 by 16. So we are good. So I've got a couple other 3/8 by 16. I forgot what you call these, but they have basically a built-in washer. And a couple of somewhere I have in here. I don't know where I put them, but I've got some. Oh no, they're already right here. These guys are going to go in the block. So, I'm happy. I'm very, very happy with this. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a test fit in this video. I'm running out of time to get this stuff done. I am glad we got the motor mounts done, and that might be where we cut this guy off today with, depending on what I can get done tomorrow, which I don't think is going to be much. Because I actually got to go start trying to book my band, which is a kind of a side thing that you guys may not be aware of, but I'm starting to play music again, and I'm pretty excited to do it again. So anyway, I think with that said, that'll be it. All right, we got a little bit of a journey left, but thanks for coming along. Sorry we're not able to test fit this time, but we will next time. If you have any questions about the motor mounts, please ask. I don't know if they're going to work yet, so in the next video we're going to find out if this stuff all works. And I think we're going to weigh. I've got a scale to try to weigh the motor to see how much it's all going to weigh, and I have another cool part to test fit as well, so I can't wait to do all that with you guys. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It's free, costs nothing. Come hang out with us. And if you like this project, please leave a comment. You guys have been very, very pro V10 Dakota project, and I certainly appreciate that. I think it's going to be a blast when it's all running, but we got some things to check off first before we're very close to that. But I'm going to be busting my butt on this for you guys and myself because I'm really excited to finally get this project going. If you want to follow along on Instagram or Facebook, I will do some updates, some stuff up there. And that's at the Racer X Garage on Facebook and Instagram, like I said. And you can check out some of our merch if you want to support the channel. We don't have a whole lot yet, but I have some great ideas coming out, and I've got a new shirt coming out, and I keep telling you guys that, but I'm not ready to put it out there yet because I want to make some edits to it. So once that's done, I've got a couple things in mind. I will let you guys know, and when that stuff's up on the website. But if you want to check out what we have now, go to racerxgarage.com, and I'm going to stop babbling and go on about my day. So you guys have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you next time. Until next time, y'all be good.